What was the guitar like 200 years ago? Well, in today's video, I'd like to introduce you to a beautiful 19th century style guitar. In the early 1800s, the guitar was just being invented. The idea of 6 single strings was a new thing, and it took Europe by storm. And this is an exact replica of a very popular guitar in the early 19th century by a guy named Stauffer. And you can tell it's small. Its scale length, which is normally 650 millimeters or 65 centimeters, is only 61 centimeters. Other cool things are that it has a mustache bridge, which I love, all these little curlicues here. It has a really awesome headstock shape, which looks modern, looks like a Gibson or something, with mechanical tuners. And wait till you see this. The back of the neck in gold with these mechanical tuners inside. This is one of the first times they ever invented mechanical tuners. Before then, we had friction pegs, just like on violins. I'll tell you more about this in a minute, but let's hear how it sounds. So as you can hear, the sound of this guitar is mellow, intimate, warm, and so charming to me. I think it's so beautiful. Now, it's no coincidence that it's a bit smaller because it comes from the Baroque guitar. That's the direct predecessor of this instrument. So here is the Baroque guitar, and you can see that the size is very similar. It's a very small hourglass shape. Main differences that happen to the guitar from what it looked like in the 18th century to the 19th century are that we lose some decoration. You can see the sound hole in the Baroque guitar is decorated by a beautiful design inside, and the sound hole becomes empty in the early 19th century. Also, these are the pegs I was talking about. So historically, you'd have friction pegs, just pieces of wood jammed in there, held in by friction. They work great, actually, when made well, but people invented these with clockmakers, I guess, to make gears inside, which turned at specific ratios, which are more precise. Another big difference is that the frets on a guitar are tied around with gut, just like the strings, and are movable. And in the early 19th century, they abandoned that and they put on metal frets. So you see the shiny metal lines, those are metal, and they're not tied around the back. Another big change that happened is they abandoned this double stringing. See how there are multiple strings? I pluck one, and I'm actually hitting 2. Here we pluck one, and it's just only one. So it's a single strung instrument, and that gives it a much different timbre. You also hear that the timbre on the Baroque guitar and the classical guitar is incredibly different. It's much more warm and round on the classical guitar, and the Baroque guitar is more silvery. I really think the people who invented this style of guitar were geniuses. The sound, the looks, everything about it, the size, I think it's so comfortable. But there's actually one thing that I wish would have never been changed, and that is the back. So this instrument comes with a key, and the key goes into the back of the neck here. And when I turn that, it's going to change the action of the guitar, which is so incredible. So if you look closely, the fretboard is actually floating. There's a bit of space underneath the fretboard. It's not lying flat or glued to the soundboard. So when I turn the key, actually the angle of the neck is changing. Let's see if you can actually see it happen. So now it's getting lower. Now the strings are very low, and now the strings are getting higher. And that is incredible. It means while I'm playing, if I go, this is a little hard to play, I can turn the key for lower action. And now it's too low because it's buzzing, so now I can raise it. No buzz. Or if I want to play really loudly, but if I play too loud, it's buzzing, well, maybe I need more height. It's unbelievable. Why do we not have this anymore? I would kill to have that on any guitar, because otherwise every time you want to change the action, you have to take it to the shop and get an adjustment. The 19th century was an incredible time for guitar making because this was a brand new instrument and people were experimenting. There was no one guitar. People were experimenting with sizes, with shapes, with the numbers of strings. They tried 6 strings, 7 strings, 8, 10 strings. They experimented a lot. And then around 1850, Antonio Torres eventually would make a type of guitar which would become the new standard, which still exists today. And we see classical guitars today. They're almost always about the same size, 65 centimeters, and they all have a similar look. But I'm so infatuated with these early, smaller guitars, maybe because they sound a bit lute-like. And in fact, when we play music by composers like Sohr, Carcassi, Giuliani, Mertz, these early 19th century composers, this is closer to what they would have been playing than our big, modern, loud guitars. So I hope you enjoyed today's glimpse into the past with the beautiful 19th century guitar. If you liked today's free video, please do subscribe to my YouTube channel and check out my many other videos where I show you all sorts of cool instruments from the past, like the lute, the Baroque guitar, theorbo, etc. If you're looking to learn classical guitar, I have several online educational resources you could take advantage of. I have 2 online classical guitar courses in Classical Guitar Pro, as well as an online music school with teachers who can teach you weekly on Zoom. So, thanks for watching and take care.